0, 8. And the last row, 0, 90, 2, 18, 5, 40, 0, 100, 6.
Can you review row 1?
Yes, 10, 7, 20, 0, 70, 4, 12, 2, 60. Tie. Second row, 10, 6, 0, 30, 0, 14, 4, 10, 1. And kind of how many you got correct. Fill in your graph. And turn to page 38. Page 38. So this is a longer part, like where we do the problems together. The part where we do the problems together is a little bit longer, but the we remember section is shorter today. So it kind of balances itself out. So we're going to be looking at perimeter. Finding perimeter.
I don't even know the perimeter.
Oh, it's not that long.
Yeah.
It's only 4 pages. One.
Zane, can I use your book today?
No, I said
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I know. And part of that.
All right, finding the perimeter. The distance around a polygon. Move your desk a bit. The distance around a polygon is called the perimeter. How you find the perimeter is you add up the lengths of all the sides. Here's an example. Look at this rectangle. It only gives us 2 sides. It only gives us the numbers for 2 sides. The one up here, this is 4 centimeters. This side over here on the right is 2 centimeters. But the perimeter is adding up all the sides. And we don't have the number for here or here. What do you guys think we have to do? Connor.
The perimeter for the one on the bottom is from the one on the...
How did you know that?
Because it says on the top.
Yeah, they're the same lengths, aren't they? These 2 sides are the same lengths. With the rectangle, the top 2 sides are the same. Or the top and the bottom sides are the same. And then these next to them are the same. I mean, that makes sense because they look like they're the exact same length. So we have a 4, a 4, a 2, and a 2. And a perimeter is just adding up all the sides. So this is how it would be written. 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 equals 12 centimeters. That centimeters word is important because when you're getting answers, you need to say if it's 12 centimeters, 12 inches, 12 feet. We know it's centimeters because it tells us here around the object. And then here's another example. Find the perimeter of this pentagon. Remember, how many sides does a pentagon have, Anthony?
8.
No.
6.
No. How many sides does a pentagon have? Anastasia?
4. And
5. A pentagon has 5 sides. And it tells us the length of each side of this pentagon. One there, one here. So then all we have to do is just add all those numbers together because the perimeter is the length, or the finding the length of all the sides, and then we add them together. So we got 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8 centimeters. And it doesn't say centimeters though here around the pentagon. It says cm. Cm is the abbreviation for centimeters. So that's why they wrote out centimeters here. And then a couple more examples. If all the sides of a polygon are equal, you can multiply to find the perimeter. So we just talked about adding to find the perimeter. But now we can talk about multiplying to find a perimeter. we can only multiply to find the perimeter when all the sides are the exact same length. So if you think about a square has all equal sides. If it only gives us one side and it's 2 inches, we know all the other sides are 2 inches because for a square, all 4 sides are the exact same. But it gives us here an example of a triangle. It only gives us one side of this triangle. It's only 1 inch. But a triangle has how many sides? Has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. And each side is equal. So we can say 3, because there's 3 sides, times 1, because each side is 1 inch, equals 3. Then we would just solve. 3 times 1 is 3. Here's another example of a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has 6 sides. What is it? This shape has 6 sides. What do we call that? Anybody know? What do we call that? Zane?
We call that
6 sides. 6 sides. Isadia?
a hexagon.
A hexagon. Good job. All right, so again, it only gives us one side. 2. But all these sides here, they're the same. They're the same. They're the exact same size. So we know that each side is 2 centimeters. So we can make a multiplication problem. How many sides of a hexagon are there? 6. So we have 6 times 2, because each side is 2 centimeters, equals 12 centimeters. Because 6 times 2 equals 12. Okay. So now we need to do some on our own. It says, write a number sentence and and find the perimeter of each polygon. Okay, so it gives us 2 sides, again, just like the very first example that we looked at. Just like the very first example we looked at. We have the top side, and we have the right side. So I'm going to write it like this. 3 plus 1 plus, I'm going to go down here to my other side. Remember, the top and the bottom of rectangles, they're equal. Plus 3 plus 1. Because these 2 sides are equal. The right and the left are equal. They're the same. And that equals, then we just have to add them all together. So 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 equals 8. 8 what?
Centimeters.
Inches. Because this one says inches. All right. Over here we have a cute little fact. A puppy needs to be fed twice as often as an adult dog. Don't you like those little facts that they throw in there?
Yeah,
I like them.
You learn more stuff about stuff. Like if you have a puppy, you learn you have to feed it twice
Yeah.
as more times.
You can learn other things other than math in your math book. All right, so this one's a square. This next one is a square, and it gives us the how long each side is, even though they're exactly the same because it's a square. We need to write a multiplication problem for this one. So remember, when we're writing a multiplication problem to find the perimeter, we start with how many sides? How many sides are there? Juliana? How many sides? 4 sides. So 4 times, and then the next part is how long the side is. How long one side is. Connor, how long is one side?
One side is
2 inches. So 4 times 2, and then we just solve for that problem. 4 times 2 is what? Zane?
8.
8. And then 8 what? 8 what, Addison?
Inches.
Inches. Good. Okay. Moving on. Number 3. The dog kennel at the vet has sides that are 10 feet long. What is the perimeter of the kennel? And then they have a little picture for us. It's a square. It's a square. So it only gives us one side though, but it's a square. So we know all sides are the exact same. So just to help me out, I'm just going to go ahead and write the number on each side because they're all going to be the same. 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet. And then over here in the little solution box, I need to solve for the problem. I need to find the perimeter. What do I need to do? What do I need to do, Anastasia?
Find out what 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals.
Right, so I could add, I could do 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. I could do that because each side has 10 and there's 4 sides, so that equals 40. How else could I solve it? So adding is definitely one way to solve it. We could do it that way. We still get an answer. Juliana, how else?
10 times 4.
And yeah, or I could do 10 times 4. And then I could solve for that. 4, and then you know the answer is 40. So either way, adding or multiplying, we got the same answer. So in the blank, I'm going to write 40,
Feet.
what? Feet. Thank you.
I wrote 10 feet.
So 40 feet.
I wrote 40 feet.
Go ahead and turn the page. All right, so switching gears from perimeter, our next new thing, number patterns. Numbers can be put into many patterns. To discover the pattern, study the first set of numbers, then compare the second set with the first set to discover what is the same or different about the set. So we're just trying to find the pattern and then add on to it. So let's look at the first part. Let's go down here. Discover and finish the pattern. Okay, so the first thing I notice when I'm looking at this pattern is that it's broken up into 3 groups. Like after each 3 numbers, there's like a big space. So I have 13, 15, 17. 15, 17, 19. 17, 19, 21. Okay, so what do you notice about the pattern so far? What do you notice about it, Connor?
That it goes from one number, and then after that pattern's done, there's the 2 last numbers in the next one.
Oh, okay, so this one goes 13, 15, 17, and then it says 15 and 17 again. They're kind of connected. And then does it do the same thing here? 15, 17, 19. This one ends in 17, 19, and this set begins with 17, 19. Oh, interesting. So I think maybe we already have what our first 2 numbers are going to be over here. What do you think they're going to be, Juliana?
1921.
1921. If we're following that same pattern, 1921. We just have to figure out what that last number is going to be. Zane.
24.
I don't think it's going to be 24. I think you're close. Anthony. 23. How did we know it was 23? Because it's going up by 2s. Yeah, you're exactly right. Each number, it's going up by 2s. Moving on, number 5. Yes, Michael. Discover and finish the pattern. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. What do we notice? Did you notice anything? Zane.
Counting by 2s.
I don't think it's counting by 2s.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Counting by 4s.
Oh, they're counting by 4s. I think you are exactly right. Each time they're going up by 4. So all we have to do is fill in these blanks here. So what would be next? If we left off with 40, the next one would be what, Anthony? 44. And we're just going to keep going up. 48. Oh, okay. 52. 56. And 60. Do you notice another pattern too? You notice another pattern other than going up by 4s? If you're looking at, look at the column.